And on the line at this time, I have no other than my man, Duke Kelly. Do it all. What's up, my brother?
Yo, what up, brother? How you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to have you on. Glad to have you on, my brother.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate being here.
No doubt. No doubt. So, before I begin, I want to take everybody back. When did your career begin as a recording artist?
It began about phew, years ago, man. Like I first started recording probably in like 1986, maybe. That's when I recorded my first professional studio session. Redman was my DJ. Yeah, it was about like 86.
Oh, back in 80. Oh, and DJ and Redman was your DJ?
Yeah, Redman was my DJ. We had a crew. It was Do It All Do and the Wonder Twins, the DJ Cut Killer. We had dancers. We thought we was Big Daddy Kane and Groove and Scrap.
Oh, nice. Okay, back in the 90s, a while ago. All right. So as far as when did they actually the legendary group Lords of the Underground? When did y'all form? And what year? How did it happen?
Well, we all met at Shaw University in North Carolina in college. DJ Lord Jazz, who was the DJ, used to call himself DJ Jazzy A, on the campus of Shaw University. He was the main DJ around the school, so he put the group together, put myself, Mr. Funky Man, in the group. And he had a friend that was graduating Shaw University named Derek L.A. Jackson, who was a cousin of Marley Marl, and he was going to work for Marley. So he asked Jazz to put together a group, and he put together Do It All with Mr. Funky Man, and we went up to the school station, and started rhyming on Lord Jazz show, and the rest is history.
Wow, definitely, yo. Because I know I was reading back in 1993, the actual group got the BET Rap Group of the Year award. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, we was on every show on BET at the time. BET was showing us so much love. I believe that's when Bob Johnson owned it, and we were just getting so much love. So it was a no-brainer. We was the group of that year on that station, man. So shout out to BET and all the things they're doing, man.
Absolutely. Doing it for everybody, doing it for the culture and everything. So that's definitely a good look.
Right.
And yourself, as far as now concentrating on you was also in some early in the 90s. You was in the Sopranos, Law and Order, Oz, and Dirty Rocks. How was that? You know what I'm saying? Being in those shows, in those series.
I mean, it was great, man. In college, you know, my major was radio and television, mass communication, and I minored in theater. So, you know, I thought I was going to be an actor for a long time, man. Way back to when I auditioned for the Cosby Show, and it was down to me and my man that played Theo. Tripping right now. But, you know, that could have changed my life, too. So I always thought I would be an actor. And, you know, I just pursued it after, you know, while I was in Lords of the Underground. And just kept, you know, and I kept booking these auditions and booking gigs on these television shows. So it was a beautiful thing.
Right. A man of many hats. That's what's up. You know, doing, you know, not putting all your...
Do it all, baby.
There you go. That's what the name about. That's what the name is about. You also was in a Broadway play as well.
Yeah, man. I was in a play called This and This That. Shout out to Rajendra Munda and R.I.P. to my man Rodney Yindor, who was in that play with me, just passed away. But yeah, man, you know, they say for an actor, you know, the theater is like the underground what the underground is to an MC. That's what the theater is to an actor, you know, because it's live. You can't yell cut, can't retake. You just have to go for an hour or 2 hours or however long the play is. So it definitely sharpens your skills.
Right. And I know it's a lot, like you said, that's a lot of pressure. And like you said, no cuts, no editing. Everything is live right from the dome, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, big hat tip
Yeah,
to you.
theater's another animal, man. But it's great.
Definitely, definitely. So let's talk about the city of Newark. What sparked your passion to become more hands-on with the city of Newark, New Jersey?
Well, it's an accumulation of a lot of different things, man. One of the things being in my group was the underground, being able to travel the world, different countries and different cities, different states, and seeing how people were in organizations was using hip hop to galvanize the community because they were paying for us to come to those communities, to come to those countries and be part of their fairs and be part of their festivals and things of that nature that they use to galvanize the community. So I said, people are utilizing what I do for hip hop. So why not I utilize myself within my own city the same way? So that was one thing. And then the other thing is, for the last 8 years, I've been hanging around a lot of different elected officials within my city, from freeholders to councilmen to all facets of the elected officials. And I was seeing who was doing what, who was not doing what they're supposed to be, and who was just there for the seats. And I was seeing how issues were being addressed or not addressed. And I said to myself, you know what? I want to stop being the middleman, because they started hiring me with my nonprofit to do things within the city and help organize the community. I said, let me stop being the middleman and let me ask for a seat at the table. And one of the third things is, about 20 years ago, myself and Tupac Shakur had a conversation. And Pac, if anybody that knew Pac was a passionate dude. So if he was around a bunch of Muslims, he would want to be the imam. If he was about gang leaders, gangbangers, he would want to be the gang leader.
Right.
So, he was telling me, we have to get more popular as hip hop artists and MCs in our, so we can go back to our prospective cities and put on different youth initiatives and start different youth programs to help the community. He said we need to start non-profit organizations. And then he said we might have to do something we don't want to do. I'm like, what, Pop? He said, we might have to run for office. We might have to become elected officials. I'm like, man, we hip-hoppers, man. We not politicians. But, he was right, though, man. And I've done everything that we talked about in that hotel room 20 years ago, except run for political office. When you think about it, hip-hop is now the pop culture, and it's been that way for probably the past 15 to 18 years.
Yes.
Some can argue maybe 20 years. But if that is the case, hip-hop in any decade, pop music or pop culture in any decade has always driven society forward. And they've always had a voice at the table.
Exactly.
Hip-hop is the pop culture. And we deserve a voice at the table. We don't have any elected officials that come directly from the culture of hip-hop. But hip-hop drives and moves society forward each and every day through advertising, through every type of thing. It's how you live, hip-hop. So we need a voice at the table to speak for the unheard and the voiceless.
Exactly. No, and you're absolutely right. We need that voice, and like I said, hip hop is the culture, and not only it's spread everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Every culture, right. And as far as the whites, the blacks, Hispanics, everybody. So you being that voice,
right.
And what Pac said 20 years ago is definitely right. And you being running for office, which you're going to bring that up in a few minutes. Definitely, you have that voice to say what you want to say and make changes. That's what we need. So I definitely applaud you for that, my brother. Definitely applaud you.
Appreciate that, man. Hopefully I'll be the spark, man. That's just the precursor to what's to follow, man. Because our hip hop community, we do a lot of things. We consume. We're big consumers in this world. We spend a lot of money. We have the influence that can get elected officials elected. Now, let's use that influence, and that inspiration to actually become one of the elected officials.
Absolutely. One thing I read and I noted, something that you did not only for the Newark community, but you also partnered with the Hip Hop for Flint, Michigan, during their water fiasco. What happened? over in Flint.
Yeah,
So you
definitely.
also reached out there. How was that? To do that.
Man, that's amazing, man, because, when you go to these other cities and you're right there in direct contact with the people who are living in these cities, you can see what they're facing and see what they're dealing with. And I just wanted to help out because, Flint is not the only place that's plagued with water problems. North New Jersey has water problems, and other small cities from around the country. What we're dealing with is we're talking about 100 years of infrastructure when it comes to these pipes that are in the ground that carries our water. So 100 years, there has to be some type of overhaul to fix these pipes that, yeah, they have filtering systems, but what happens when the filtering system doesn't work? You have the city telling you, before you use your water, turn on your water for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, let it run. We need infrastructure, new infrastructure, but that's easy to say because these infrastructures cost millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, and maybe can probably reach into the billions to fix municipality city like a North New Jersey. It's going to take hundreds of millions of dollars to fix the infrastructure for the water. So I wanted to go to Flint because when you look at Flint, Flint is right by the water. It's a beautiful city, and it just almost makes you think about conspiracy and trying to push people out so they can come in and build something new and recreate something different. And we just wanted to make sure that the people there were cared about, thought about, and that they had love from not just Michigan people, but people from all the country.
Absolutely. And I like the fact what you said. They're trying to, push people out. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know what I'm saying that occurs and that what happened to the community like that. But it was definitely a good thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you did and mentioned that. I like that. Let's talk a little about your 211 Media Group and the services you offer and why you decided to add the 501c3 extension to the company. Let's talk a little bit about that.
211. Well, 211 is a result of me doing business in the hip hop world with my group and coming home wanting to put that business right back in my city. I started it with a partner, and what we wanted to do is we wanted to make a one-stop shop for everything media, and from audio recording to film and television production to graphic designs, website designs, and just being involved in the community. And being a small business within the community, you start to meet other small businesses, and you start to do business with each other. And you have an appreciation and a vested interest in the community that way when you start interacting and working with each other. And, it just made me hands-on once again in direct contact with the resident. And once it put me in direct contact with the resident, it made me want to get more involved. And that's why I opened up a 501(c) with my partner that was currently in 211NG, and then another partner for the nonprofit. And what we wanted to do is be able to utilize the nonprofit to help people help us help the community. And we started out doing that with literacy. It led into a lot of civically engaged things within the community, from feeding programs, Let's Eat programs, the homeless, and health care and hygiene programs for the homeless. And it just led to engaging the community through festivals and arts and culture. So, that's why I did it.
I love that. I love that about you. What I'm saying, you're giving back to the community, the city that you grew up in, and you're giving back to them because we need that right, especially right now. We definitely need that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And when you think about that, like, I can't even front. I used to live in Los Angeles for about a year, and one time I came home and we were doing a video with Tretch and Naughty by Nature, and Ice-T was in it, and we had the Bloods and the Crips there, and they were a truce for the day so they can help us be in this video called Flags. And so on one side of the street you got all of the real live Bloods, all of the real live Crips, and they're not doing nothing to each other. So an activist who was a very powerful dude in our city at the time, who has since passed away, the great Amiri Baraka, who's father of our current mayor. He passed away, but before he passed away, he pulled over and he saw me and he said, "Dude, come here. What is going on here?" With all of the gang members, it looked like something was about to happen.
Right.
But when he realized that it was a truce for the day so he could shoot the video, he said that, "Man, that's powerful. You know, you guys can get these guys to truce and listen to you, even if it's just for a day. Now that's powerful." And then he started going into, "Dude, I see in interviews, television, radio, on record, everything you do in entertainment, you always show love to Newark, New Jersey. You know," he said, "That's great, but they would love to see you up close and in person. They wouldn't, you know, it's better than being from afar." And, you know, a lot of people, when they grow up in cities like Newark, New Jersey, our dream is to make it out. But instead of having that mentality, he said, "Pit my bucket where I lay." So now, instead of wanting to make it out, we can make where we are and where we're from better. You know, and by doing that, he says, like, you guys got a superpower, man. You guys can galvanize people from all over the world, all over the community. He said, don't run away with that. He said, it's like a brain surgeon, for example. If a brain surgeon becomes the best brain surgeon in the world and he decides to take his talent to, let's say, Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in L.A., he has just changed the economic development of that hospital, of that area, hotels around that area, because people who need that expertise are going to fly to Los Angeles, California now to get those services. But if he's from Newark, New Jersey, and he takes that to one of the prominent hospitals within Newark, New Jersey, then he's just done the same thing with Newark, New Jersey. He just changed the economic development of the hospital and of the area. And if all of our superstars or people with superpower, if they go out and acquire that knowledge and they come back to Newark, New Jersey and do that same thing, it just strengthens and makes the city more strong.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I like that. The way you had that knowledge in. And you're absolutely right. Absolutely right about that. So, last thing I want to talk to you about is what made you want to run for councilman at large in 2018 for Newark? What sparked that?
Well, I know at large is a position that is an elected official position that is that has jurisdiction all over the 5 wards of our city. We have 5 wards in the city of Newark, and each one of our wards are sort of a cultural silo. One of our wards in the East Ward is predominantly Portuguese and Brazilian and some Ecuadorians. The north side of our ward is predominantly Latino, Puerto Rican and Dominican, and other sects of Latinos. And then you have the South and the West Ward, which are predominantly black, with other ethnicities mixed in with it. And then you have the Central Ward, which is like the business ward and the transient ward, with people moving in and out the city. We're all in our cultural silos. So if we can get our leaders not be in those silos, maybe they can get our people to be more neighborhood inclusive and you know, more community inclusive, and we can get out of those silos. So I said, let me become a seat at the tables without having, where I can have jurisdiction over the entire city instead of just being a ward council. And, you know, I just believe that I can add more strength to the entire city than just adding it to one ward, and we continue our separate cultural silos. You know, I want to be part of the whole that helps break that trend of being stuck in one area.
Okay, definitely. That's a good reason why, and you know, like you say, you're doing your thing. So, as far as the election for 2018, when will it be? Will it be in November or before November?
It'll be May 8th.
May 8th. Okay.
May 8th, 2018.
Absolutely, bro. I'll definitely be following that. Definitely. And before I let you go, I want you to give people, as far as the listeners, your social media sites, because I know you're out there on Twitter and Instagram. Give your sites and so they can follow you.
I appreciate it, man. You definitely can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook under at Doitall, DOITALLDU. So Do It All Do, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you definitely can follow the campaign at www.doitall, DOITALL4 Newark, FORNEWARK.com. Doitallfornewark.com. And go check it out. And if you want to support, even if you're not from Newark, but you want to support the movement, you can definitely send anything that you can, from $1 to $2,600 to 973-846-2211. All you gotta do is text "Do It All." Wait for a quick text back. Donate whatever you can. Follow the prompt, and you have supported the Do It All for Newark Foundation, man. And appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to do that, my brother. Definitely. And hey, you got your name for a reason, my brother. Do it all. You doing everything, and I wish you.
Yeah, man. We on it, man. We on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I wish you the best in 2018, and I'll definitely be following you. And stay blessed and keep doing what you're doing for the black community, because that's what we need. Definitely, that's what we need.
That's what we need, bro. I appreciate it, Lenny. You keep doing what you're doing too, man, and giving us people like myself a platform, man, to talk about what it is that we need to hear,
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. And you have a good night, all right?
All right, bro. Peace.
Okay, all right, peace.